Hi, I'm Chris Harper, and with me today is Melissa, and we are demonstrating an application for thumb pain. Thumb pain can be pain at the base of the thumb or towards the wrist, and this may have many causes, including overuse, inflammation, tendinitis, repeated strain or blunt force over that area. How KT tape helps treat this condition: it creates support and stability over the area, increases circulation, reduces pressure, and offers a mechanical assist. For this application, we need to position the thumb in an up position with the end of the thumb down just slightly, kind of like a bird's head. And our first piece of tape is just going to be a full strip, which we will cut longitudinally or down the middle of the tape. So cutting it into 2 long strips. I like to round the corners of the tape. This is just so it doesn't get caught on clothing with taking shirts on and off. So just rounding those corners a little bit. Okay, and for our first piece, we're going to twist and tear the backing paper, creating an anchor point. I'm being very careful not to touch the adhesive, however, and I'm going to apply this piece just over the end of the thumb, over the thumb nail. Okay, and peeling that paper off, down just leaving about 1 inch on the end. We're going to stretch that tape to about 50%. So if this is a full stretch, we're going to back that halfway off and apply that tape down. Again, I'm leaving the end of the tape with absolutely 0 stretch. And now we need to tap that tape down. We're just going to drop the wrist within a comfortable position and tap that down. Give it a quick little rub just so it adheres. Okay, and for our second piece, very similar. We're going to tear the paper backing, twist and tear. Peeling that back. Again, I'm being very careful not to touch that adhesive. I'm just going off the end of the thumb. I'm going to wrap that around just so it adheres well. We're going to take this piece back, again stretching about 50%, maybe slightly more. I'm just going to try to end that anchor just beyond the first one and applying that down with 0 stretch. Okay, again dropping that wrist down. We're going to then tap that tape down over the area. Give that a quick little rub. Okay, and for our second piece, I'm going to tear a second full strip. This time, I'm going to use a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut rounded corners so I have 2 short strips. Again, the rounded corners are so it doesn't get caught on clothing. Okay, and for this piece, we're going to drop that wrist down in a comfortable position. I'm going to twist and tear the paper backing. And we're going to stretch this tape with our thumbs with even pressure. So I'm not pulling like this, but rather flattening my thumbs on the tape and stretching that out. We're going to stretch this piece to 80%. So if that's 100, we're backing that off just a little bit. We're going to apply that right over the base of the thumb, laying that down. Just make sure that adheres before I peel this last bit of paper off and apply that down with 0 stretch. Doing the same thing on this other side. Just laying that down with 0 stretch. Okay, and for our last piece, again twisting and tearing that paper, even pressure with the thumbs. We're going to just behind that first piece, I'm going to apply that down. Okay, I'm going to lay those ends down. May be helpful if you bring that wrist back up into neutral or starting position before laying the anchors down. Apply that down like so. I'm just going to give the whole thing a good friction rub just so that activates the adhesive, gets that to stick well. Okay, some tips with this application. Washing your hands very well, and also maybe shaving the area if you have some hair may be helpful in the adhesion of the tape. Some complementary treatments may be rest, ice, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen, and some light and frequent massage over the area may be helpful as well. Please seek professional care if you have severe pain, clicking, popping, swelling, or discoloration over the area. For more information, please see our website at ktiutape.com.